Hello, everybody. I'm Toby Schifsky. I'm the Vice President of Real Estate Education for Kaplan, and specifically today for Dearborn Real Estate Education. We're here for a Dearborn webinar for November 2023, and this is all about REcampus. It's about the changes that are coming, and for many of you, and I think I see some of you already, you've already are experiencing those changes. And so I have none other than Cody Freimiller with me today. Cody, thank you for being here today.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So, and if you don't know, everybody, Cody is it. He is the person who touches nearly every single portal, every single REcampus portal that goes out the door. Him and his team, they put it all together to make sure everything works to support your business. He knows it intimately inside and out, does most of the training for our partners. If you're getting a training as a new partner, he'll do the training for it. And today he's going to take us through kind of a ton of the features for the new REcampus portal, what it looks like, how it operates. And then we're going to compare and contrast some of that functionality to the old to the new. So everybody's kind of clear. And then once again, when you become a new REcampus partner or you move to the new portal, we have training sessions set up. We have administrative guides set up. And we'll take care of you as you go through the process. But Cody, thank you again for being here today. All right, let's do this. Let's just jump kind of right in. And what I want to do is, oh, wait a second. I just lost our PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and put that back up again. Sorry about that, because we're going to click through the PowerPoint. We're going to traipse along with it today, and then I'll turn it off over to you when you're ready to demonstrate everything. Does that sound good? Okay.
That's good.
All right, so let's do this one more time. All right, everybody, here we go. Let's roll in it. What is the big deal about REcampus? Once again, REcampus is our asynchronous online platform that allows you to offer online education to your students. It's our platform. We create the courses. We work on making sure they can be approved by your regulator. We support you with the documentation that you need to go to your regulator to get these courses approved. And it's an e-commerce platform that can sell all the way through to the student. And then the student also then accesses their education and accesses the learning management system, the LMS, through that same portal. And that is our REcampus product. Some of you I know are here because you don't have it yet, and you're going to learn a lot today. I'm sure you'll have more questions, but you're still going to learn a lot today. All right, first off, I do have a question. I got a poll question for everybody. And this is really just for us, Cody and I, to make sure we're talking to the right crowd so we know who you are. It's all anonymous, so nobody's going to see your name on the screen or anything like that, but I always share the results. And so the first poll, everybody, is your school, our school, currently uses REcampus? Can you answer this, everybody? Yes, no, or please contact me because I really need to get set up on REcampus. And if you're on your phone, you may have to swipe a page to get to the poll, but the poll question should be up and on your screen. Everybody take a whack at the poll question, and we're going to go ahead and close that out in about 5 seconds. So you have 5 seconds, everybody. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, look at that. That's an interesting result, actually. Here we go, everybody. Take a look. So 55% of you are, yes, you're currently using. 27% are no, and 18% are saying, hey, contact me right away. Let's get going. And you're coming in a great time. I should tell you this. Our REcampus platform, hugely successful for a long time, but outdated in many ways. Not only the look and feel, but some of the administrative capabilities. And we've gone a long way to address some of those shortcomings and then also actually enhance above and beyond. And we're still working on stuff. So some of you today are going to be kind of in here and understanding that your change to the new REcampus has actually got to wait just a little bit because we're building the features for your business. And some of the more technical functionalities takes a little bit longer for us to get done. And so, and we're going to describe what those phases are in just a little bit. All right, so let me stop sharing this poll and let's move on. So first off, preparing improvements for your school and students' online experience for over the coming months. Once again, we've been on this process, this journey for about the last 4 months already. We started in July. when we had the new online student bookstore. So in our REcampus portal, there's a tab where students can go to and buy books. So if you're an educator and you want to direct your students to your own portal where you can make money on them buying the books, they can order through the portal and we ship it directly to the students for them. That got an upgrade in July. In August, right, we had the first revision to REcampus students' learning management system. So not only is it a portal, but the portal is a portal to the learning management system. When the student comes in, they go into the portal, they log in, it verifies credentials, and then it lets them into the learning management system. And the learning management system was updated with a whole new look and feel in August. And then finally, the REcampus portal itself, which offers not only the student experience, but it offers your school's administration of that education. So an administrator experience also. We're going to talk about how the new REcampus actually really kind of defines those roles a little more and gives us, and you, the school, different tools available for communicating and resources, because that experience is now actually split between the students have one experience and you have another experience, which I think is quite efficient. And then what you need to know is that we have hundreds of REcampus partners, and we had to take them in phases. So we started with a simple approach with a small group of people. We've just moved another big group of people, and that all started in September, and it will go all the way through Q1 of next year. So some of you are on here and you won't be moving until Q1 of next year. Some of you are pretty sophisticated. You've got some higher functionality requirements. And so we're building those right now. All right, so just a really close look for everybody. Here's your really close look at what's happened so far. Some of you who got on here haven't even been contacted and given a date. Just remember, I'm just trying to make sure you know you're probably in phase 4. And like I said, we're thinking about you. We just don't want to bother you yet. So phase 1 went in September 19th. Phase 2, October 17th. Phase 3 is coming up. And I know some of you, a lot of you, I see names in here, are in phase 3. And so you're going to learn something today too. And then there is one important date on there. Let's say you're not moved yet and you haven't confirmed that you're going to move to the new experience. You should know we do have to sunset the old portals. They will go away. And in fact, how it happens first is that your students will always be supported, but the old portal will stop selling, and people won't be able to buy through that portal anymore. And that first set of sunset dates for those initial phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 clients is December 18th. So if you haven't contacted us and you don't want to sunset your portal, make sure you contact us. And if you can do salesops@dearborn.com. We'll give you some more guidance here in the chat on where to go, but just make sure you're reaching out to us and that we have you as a part of the crew that's moving on to the next world. All right. I think this is pretty much a good spot where I've got one more question. Lynn Robinson asks, do new people have to wait until Q1 of 2024 or phase 4? And I don't believe so. Cody, are we waiting on that?
Yeah, I can jump in on that. So, depending on the functionality necessary for your portal, we are implementing new partners into the new platform. Again, depending on your functionality, we are adding new individuals, new partners, new schools into the home platform. There are some that are planned for the phase 3 migration. So if you recently engaged with Dearborn over the last month or so, we are expecting to migrate your portal probably in the phase 3. If you feel that your portal is ready to migrate, we can also look at it as well. But we absolutely do not have to wait for you to move to phase 4. Only select portals at this point are planned for a phase 4 release. So yeah, we are definitely migrating individuals over to the new platform as functionality is available.
Yeah, so if I'm an essential level partner and I need the basic functionality, you're going right now. If you need administrative enrollment, if you need other high-level functioning stuff, you will either go immediately or you'll have to wait until that functionality is ready. And that functionality is ready for, well, a vast majority of our people right now. So I would see you be going right now, Lynn. All right. And so let's go ahead. Let's jump in. I have a poll question. The only problem is I can't seem to pull up the polling on here. And so I'm going to skip this poll question. Oh, unless you want to just do, maybe in the chat, everybody, let's do this. Poll question number 2. Has your school already migrated to the new REcampus experience? Nice. Look at that. Patrice, Yolande, nice. Rebecca, Karen, no. Not yet. Pat Carter. Yeah, how about that? So very good. Okay, so we got a big crew here. We're a new part. Look at this. Robert Smith needs some attention immediately. Has been terrible. Can we expect this for the new portal? Have no idea what the portal we're using. Robert, we're going to make sure and get a hold of you, all right? So if we would, I'm sure we're going to get you an email address to get a hold of you. And Chris Robinson is here. Some of you know Chris Robinson. He's moderating right now. He is National Account Director, and he is a perfect person to talk to make sure you're getting everything set up. And then he'll turn you off turn you over to the CES team. Make sure that you're getting the support you need. So I will tell you this: there's a couple things. Once again, all existing clients will be contacted through all different 4 phases. And then the REcampus is moving to a subscription model. So once again, not only are you moving to the new REcampus, but there is a fee involved, and the fee is a monthly fee. And the reason we did the monthly fee is to make sure that we can have service levels that meet your business needs. You know, if there's an essential service level, we want to make sure we can meet that. If you have a service level that's a little bit higher, that premium that has a different needs, we want to be able to hit that. And then we've categorized our elite level, which is like you would expect. It has the highest level functionality requirements and highest level service requirements. And so a lot of you who are in the elite are looking at phase 4 as we go through this. All right. And just for everybody's reference, and once again, we can drop this link into the chat. And if Chris would do that, or Kate, make sure that you have access to what these different service levels are. The service levels are pretty straightforward. And really what I'm going to do is just kind of concentrate, and I think Cody's going to help us concentrate when he takes us through the presentation on the differences between the service levels, really the differences between the functionality from before to now, and then and I'll probably highlight a couple of these service level issues. So if I'm looking at this and I look at auto certification here, right in the middle column that says, all right, essential level and premium are alike, except for these highlighted items at the bottom. So auto certification is just what it means. When your student completes a course, they're done. Meaning the certificate will automatically generate, and the student will have access to that certificate according to your state's laws and rules. Otherwise, as an essential level, you have to make sure and complete the student. And some people just want that. Some people operate out of multiple systems and they want to be able to complete the student. You pick what kind of service level you need. That's the other part of it too, is we wanted to make sure you're able to get the service level you need. And I'll be frank, we had a lot of partners that did very little business, and we love everybody, and so we gave everybody the same amount of attention. And what happens was it was just hard because people had different expectations for their business, and doing these service levels is going to allow us, like I said, to support your business the way you need. As we go down here, you can see even in the premium level, we got promo codes. So if you want to run a promo code, you get promo codes. You can run 12 promo codes a year. It's 1 a month. You want to do 10% off. You want to do 5% off. You want to do, a best friend promo. If you want to do a promotion, you can do that with the premium level. Reporting locations. Cody's going to go through this in a little bit. Very cool. Allows you to set up multiple locations and give administrative rights to administrators at each location, so they can't see each other's stuff, but they can see their own. And then there's a super administrator Might be something for some of you who are maybe in a multiple office situation or a brokerage that has multiple locations, or maybe you're in multiple states. It's a hierarchy sort of protocol that you can segment your portal into. And then multiple state offerings, like I said, going into multiple states. Dedicated customer engagement specialist. I think I saw a question come through before. It says, do I have a dedicated person? Meaning, do I have an email and a phone number for one person? You do at the premium level. Otherwise, you're going to get coverage in the essential level, but it is a team group. And we are on those emails. We're calling people, but on the premium level, it's just a little bit different. Just an assigned person that you know that you can get a hold of at any time. And then custom site messaging. And Cody's going to go through what that looks like too. So how do you actually push messages out to your students and your customers in the site, in the portal, when they're coming back in for their education and you want to tell them something important? We're going to cover that too. Then finally, we'll go to the elite level, and we're just going to look at these things at the bottom. The biggest thing about elite level is there's two things. One is custom. If you want custom stuff, if you want custom packages, custom reporting, a custom bookstore where only certain titles are offered and not our entire bookstore. If you want to create a custom experience for your students, you can do that. That takes more time and effort from us. And so that's on the elite side, but you're going to get what you want on the elite side. Custom LMS and email branding. Cody's going to take you through what that looks like too. That means that we're not only when you go in, the student goes into the LMS, they see your school brand in the LMS, but emails that are generated from the system will come from all the branding on it will be from your school also. So if that's super important to you, be looking at the elite level, and Cody's going to cover a little bit more with that. And then finally, the biggest probably difference is admin ordering. We have some partners who want to enter every order. They want to pay for each student. They want to manage a billable portal, and they manage it almost like an employer, bringing people in, and they're assigning courses. And that admin ordering is at that elite level because it's a amount of administrative use. And in fact, it's one of the features we're building so that we can launch that in phase 4. It's a very technical piece for us. All right, Cody, I took too much time there. I know I did, because I know I want to get you to these additional pieces. And so I think, let me look at this. I think we've already talked about most of this. So let's go on, Cody. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and why don't you take it away, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So just a quick rundown of the demonstration we're going to do here today. So just a quick walkthrough of our agenda. We're going to talk about a lot of the key features that are going to be coming to the new home portal platform, as we call it. We'll talk about those key features. We'll also walk through some of the key functionality that's changing from the user's experience, things like enhancements to the ordering and checkout process. We'll demonstrate those. We'll talk about the new student dashboard view, as well as a really great tool enhancement for users that allow users to purchase their own extension. We'll demonstrate what that looks like as well. Afterwards, we'll turn over to the admin experience, and we'll talk a lot about the new functions that will allow administrators to better manage their own portal, your own portal, in terms of updating information, updating logos, contact information, and site messages, as Toby kind of outlined a moment ago. And then we'll take some time to talk about reporting aspects as well. So I'm going to pull up one of our demo portals here today. And right away off the bat, for those that are already familiar with our portal platform, our existing platform, you see there is a significant change to how the platform looks and feels. There's going to be a lot of the existing functionality that exists today. Things like customization will happen on your portal. For those that are being migrated, we are taking all of the logos, other color schemes and things like that will come automatically as your portal is migrated. But you can see there is going to be a real difference in the look and the feel and how the portal interacts, or how users interact with the portal. One of the big changes that is happening to the new portal platform is that the portal itself is going to be mobile friendly. So you can see here as I open it up and just kind of demonstrate what it looks like on an iPhone, for example, you can see that it is reactive now. Whether a student is trying to access your portal from a mobile device, from a tablet, whatever aspect ratio that they're looking at your website on, or your portal platform on, it is going to be dynamic. So you can see that it is very easy to navigate through the portal. You can see these boxes contract and expand depending on the page. So it is a vast improvement from the existing platform, so that you can navigate through the portal site on your smartphone. You can complete an order with relative ease and view all the products that are available. So we're really excited about this tool, about this functionality that makes it easier for you as a school to direct students to your portal, and whether they are at home on their laptop or on their smartphone, they are going to have the best experience possible utilizing the portal. I'm going to navigate back to the regular experience here, but I did want to just call out that the checkout experience has been improved as well. You can see, kind of going back here to the portal store, you can see there is this enhancement that expands how the course material is presented to students. There's a very cleaner look and feel to it versus the standard list view in our current platform experience. The checkout experience has also improved as well in terms of usability. There is less clicks that a student needs to take in order to complete checkout from start to finish. Students will have an improved experience on the product description page. Adding products to your cart, of course, is going to be much easier as well. Another huge improvement we made as well is on the add-ons section of the portal. So as a student purchases a product, we do have some recommended add-ons that a student can choose to add to their order. Things like adding the textbook to their licensing course. A student can add that on very quickly. We do have icons that now appear, and with the textbook or ebook content, students can also click on the sample PDF to a product. So if they're not sure, what the Principles, Practice, and Law 46 edition is going to cover, they can click on the sample doc, and it's going to open up just an example of what the book will look like, including like the table of contents. So
Cody,
really good about that.
Cody, Patrice asked, what level are we looking at for this demo? And I think the answer there, if anybody else is asking, this is the bookstore. This rolled out this summer. This is already here. It's already being employed. It's already being used, and everybody gets this. If you want a custom bookstore, like I talked about earlier, where you're like, I don't want all those other products, I just want these 3 products, you can do that with the elite level service. Otherwise, as you can imagine, it takes a lot to put the bookstore together. We put it together, we put it out there. If you want to customize it, we have to go in, we have to create a new catalog, a new template, a new blah, blah, blah. And so that's a part of our elite service. Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Very good. Otherwise, everybody gets this.
Yeah. Yep. So far, everything we're talking about here is available to all. I'll make call outs to the premium versus elite experience. We'll make those call outs here as we go through the demonstration. But everything we're talking about so far, this is available to all service levels.
Got it.
So just a quick look at the cart summary page. We can always go back and continue shopping, but finalizing the rest of the checkout process. Again, we've reduced the number of clicks, pages required for the students to do. This last page, of course, is just going to have some agreements to terms, completion instructions, and then clicking the pay now button will bring up our e-commerce window where the students can enter in their card information to complete the checkout. But really, that's pretty much the walkthrough of the user's experience through the checkout and through the portal store. What we'll do now is we'll talk about the the student's student dashboard experience. So part of the new home platform is that students will have their own student dashboard experience that is going to be separate from the admin's experience. So we'll talk about some of the features here. So as a student logs into their account, after they've created their account, they're accessing the portal, they're going to have a student.
So let's be clear. They bought a product. They are required to create an account, buy the product, and now they go, my product is loaded. I got my confirmation email. I got my login email. I'm good to go. They do the login and they come here now, and this is a new look, right? So
absolutely,
yeah,
yep. So whereas before a student would have to click, they'd log in, they'd come to a page, and then they're seeing access your courses. Now we built that page, that next step, directly into the portal, so you can see when I come to the student experience, I have all of my active course material presented to me automatically, and so I can pick and choose automatically, or pick and choose between the courses that I want to launch on this page. And you can see I have a number of courses here, so I can choose to launch my, exam prep. I can launch my QBank if I want to. I can even look back at expired course material. So anything that I previously enrolled into, I can always look back at the expired tool, the expired materials. I can see what I purchased in the past through my account. Really helpful too when you're talking about CE content as well.
Got it. I see some new stuff on here too. Like I see this big red thing there that says expires in 5 days.
Yeah. So one of the major features that we've added to the home platform experience is the purchase extension option for users. So for those familiar who will have an existing portal, you're aware that that the extension purchase experience really has to be handled from an admin's perspective. The student has to call you to say, hey, I want to extend my course material. An admin has to go through the process to purchase the material, go through the checkout process, take the student's card information, if the student is going to be paying for that, all that. Very time consuming, very cumbersome. And then of course too, the students do have to wait the next day for our teams to manually update the student's access period. That is
so
all
just so everybody's clear, extensions is a big deal. It's a big part of business. It's actually a big part of satisfaction ratings that are coming back in a business. You can imagine we survey everybody, but people are willing to pay extensions. They're generally happy to pay extensions if the process is easy. And what we've just done is we've put a lot of effort into making the student's ability to purchase an extension very easy. Once again, we used to have a human involved because you had to know if it was okay to do, in what state you were in, and any other guidelines, if there was a new course or an old or expired approvals. What does that all mean? We now have the coding. We now have the smarts in the system to be able to do it without having to have a human brain involved. And it's pretty cool. So, and students, and now you don't have to take down a credit card. You don't have to do it. Your students do it all. It's self-serve.
Yeah.
It's effective.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we will display this message. This will show up within 7 days of, a student's access expiring. So I see this big red message when I come in and says, hey, your material is expiring in 5 days. And then I have an option to purchase an extension. Now, like Toby said, we have rules in the back end based on your state's regulations if an extension can be allowed at this time. A great example of this is North Carolina. As some of you may know, in the state of North Carolina, students can't purchase an extension after 6 months. We do provide 6 months of access by default. So a student, when they get to that 6-month end date, there is no extension option. And so we will not present this link here to purchase an extension if one is not available. So big call out to that we will, the students will be given the appropriate, they'll be given the option to purchase an extension. If, there's other guardrails that say you can't have more than 12 months of access, let's say, a student can't purchase an extension past that 12 months from the original date. So all of that is taking care of the background. So we're ensuring that students are meeting the proper requirements, proper regulations within their state. But this purchase extension link, once we click on it, if I want to purchase an extension here, it's going to open up a new window where I can select an extension. Now, there are different lengths, and depending on the product, there will be different fee amount based on what the student is purchasing. So here I'm purchasing exam prep content. I can choose between a 30-day or a 90-day extension. And then choosing those options, we will present the student the new expiration date. So they're aware of how long they will have access once they finalize the checkout process.
And how smart is it, Cody? Let's say your approvals are, they want to buy a 30-day and your approvals run out in 15 days. Is it smart enough to say you can buy the extension, but it's over in 15 days?
Yes. Yep. We will present that. So when they purchase the extension, let's say the approval expires, or, we can't give them more than 12 months. Let's say they're purchasing this, on the 11th month from their enrollment date, and they try purchasing, say, in 90 days. Well, we will only give them as much as we are allowed to, whether that's based on the approval, the approval period, or the state's regulations will provide them up to that amount. So that will reflect directly here in the expiration date.
Cool. Very cool.
But once you complete the checkout process, the portal will automatically update the extension as well. Because again, as Toby said, before there was a human that actually had to go in and update the expiration dates for any applicable products. Now this is all automated. So once the payment is processed, it is going to be instantaneous that extension is going to happen. The page will refresh back here. If we complete this, the page will refresh, and the students will see the new access end date for their course material. And if it is already expired, it will come back into the active courses, and they'll be able to click on that launch button here and start studying where they left off in the course material. So really excited about that. It's gonna make the experience 10 times better. It's gonna be, instantaneous for students. So, if they're trying to get back in and complete their CE in time for their deadline, it's going to be there, and they can get that done before the expiration date.
Awesome. I want to keep us moving forward. Again, we're going to go a little bit long, but I think everybody is very interested in what we're doing. And so let's go ahead. If any of you have to drop for any reason, because I think we're at 30 minutes now, if any of you have to drop for any reason, this will be sent out to you in an email and with a link to the video later. You can watch it and catch up on anything that you might miss. But otherwise, Cody, let's keep going, shall we?
Yeah. So let's turn our attention now to the admin side of things. So up in the top right corner, like I said, the student's experience and the admin experience is going to be two separate sections. Yes. So in your portal, when you click on your little profile icon here, you can switch between, your student view, and then if you have admin rights, you will have our admin home section. So the admin home tool, you are going to find distinct tiles that are going to help you to navigate through all of the admin functionality. So we'll talk about user management, we'll talk about portal manager, and then we'll talk about the enrollment reports at the end. But I want to start with user management. So if we click on user management here, this is where an admin will find all of the active or inactive users on your portal. You'll be able to pull a lot of the information regarding who has accessed your site. And you can pull a lot of great information on this user management. This is kind of similar to the manage student function in the current platform, but there are a lot of new features that come along with it. The first one that I want to talk about here is the ability to create admins on the portal. This is going to be inherent to any service level. So whether you're essential, premium, or elite, you will have the opportunity to add another administrator to your portal as necessary. So you will have the option, you can add a student if you want to. Most students will do that themselves, but you can also add an admin directly to the portal site. You can create a new admin. So if I just want to go ahead and, create an account here. We can fill out the information for the account. You can choose what reporting location you want to. So one of the things Toby alluded to as well, for our premium and our elite tier clients, we can set up reporting locations that can give you distinct groupings on your portal. So if you have different offices that you want to better manage and control, who has access to what data. Here we have a couple examples where we have like a Miami office versus a Tampa office. If you're setting up a new administrator, you can give that administrator access to, say, the Miami office. This will ensure that that new admin can only see users that are enrolled in your Miami location. They'll only see the user data for the Miami office, and that will segregate their ability to see, users that are going through or students that are going through their course material in the Tampa office. So very important feature, very handy feature if you're working in multiple offices, multiple departments, things like that. And then of course, if you're providing admin access, you can choose to give them the permission groups. Here I have elite level access on this portal. So I'll be able to give this administrator the same privileges that I have as an administrator now. And once I click save here, that will automatically give this user access to the portal. It will give them access to all the same admin tools that I have today. And you can do this with an existing account as well. We walk through the process of creating an account, but you can always click on an existing user. So if we wanted to give this individual access to the admin tools, we can always click to, actually, let me go back there real quick. Up at the top, you'll see the edit user profile here. You can choose that, and then you can change their user type from regular user to administrator. And then it's just a matter of giving them access to any reporting locations and then giving them the access to that permission.
And this is available for all REcampus partners. This isn't dictated by level at this point yet, correct?
Yep.
Cool. So this is new. This is different than the old REcampus, where you actually had to contact us, you had to go through the process, we had to set somebody up. You can do it now. Self-sufficient, easy, quick. You want to change somebody, you got employee changes, whatever you got to do, you can manage it right there.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, and then we do call out to everybody that's an admin. You'll see this little icon listed here, so you can quickly identify who has admin rights to your portal as well.
Got it. Okay.
Now, the next thing we want to talk about, portal manager. This is a brand new section within the portal, and this is going to allow administrators to edit, change, adjust, control how your portal's customization is. So in the portal manager, you will have two separate sections up at the top here: customization and site messages. Customization is going to allow you to do different things like change the contact information in your portal. So up at the top in the banner up above here, you will have the contact us page that will include certain things like your phone number, your email address. You can include your website. You can even include your address and office hours. This can be adjusted at any time. Once the change is saved, that will update automatically in your portal. So again, no longer necessary for you to reach out to your sales rep, to your CEM to make the changes. This can all be done instantaneously by an administrator within your portal.
So now some of you will set that once and you'll never touch it again. Others, your business might be changing quickly. People, different things you want to do with how you're going to get people there, where you want to send them, who you want them to talk to. You can manage that now. And so it seems pretty straightforward, but surprisingly, took quite a bit to be able to make sure that that could happen for everybody to be able to do their own. So it's a big deal. And thanks. Okay, keep going.
Yep. And the same thing too can be said about logo and color scheme. So at any time you can adjust your logo if that changes. You can update the primary and secondary color that happens throughout the portal. You can adjust those.
Yes.
These tools are all going to be available to elite, premium, and essential clients.
So everybody gets them. Okay.
Now the other section is site messages, and this is going to be specific for those that are premium and elite tier. Site messages is a tool that allows you to add helpful messages throughout your portal site to send out reminders to individuals, whether they're students or administrators. You can give helpful resources. You can even link to specific pages or specific websites if you want to as well. This is also a tool where you can set a specific time frame for that message to display. Really helpful too if you want to remind students to say, hey, you do have to complete your CE requirement by 12/31, or any other time sensitive message. You can add that message up at the top here. You can customize it.
And you get to pick where it goes, right? I mean,
absolutely. So yeah, you can change, the text, make it bold. You can change what the box looks like if you want to make it blue or yellow or red.
There's a deadline coming. You've got a teach out. You got a new course approval coming, and people have to teach out. You want to be able to reach directly to your students. You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is in the premium and the elite level. And I think what's the distinction is on the premium you can do 5 active messages, and on the elite level you can have up to 100. I don't know who would ever have 100, but you can have up to 100. Right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yep. And then like Toby said, you can choose where you want to display it. What specific page do you want this to present? So this test message here, I'm going to show directly on the My Learning page where the students see their course material. So if I switch back to the students view, and I come to the My Learning page here. Oops. Try that one more time here. You can see that test message right up at the top here. So, if you want to, call out something right before a student goes to log into their course, you can say, hey, click here, or, please make sure to remember to do XYZ before you complete your course. Anything that you want to include that can be done here directly into site messages. And like I said, you have a lot of flexibility to that message. And then you can always edit or delete messages at any time as well.
As they time out, and then you can set it for a length of time. Did you say that already? Where like it'll expire and it'll automatically go away? Because if you're like me, I forget I do it, and then it lays there until somebody says, hey, your out of office is still on and you've been back for 3 days. That's embarrassing, but this will automatically go away. Okay.
Yeah, great for holidays, great for renewal dates, all that stuff. Really, really helpful so that you don't have to remember to take it in.
Your office is going to be on holiday for some reason, and you want people to know that you're not going to be, in. You can put that message out there too. So very good. Okay, and that's for premium. You can have up to 5 active messages, and elite you can have up to 100. So okay, very good.
So the last portion I want to talk about here is talk about the reports. Very briefly, the transaction report for those that use our portals already. The transaction report is not going to change much at all. It will still supply the same information regarding orders that are happening through your portal, whether the students are purchasing materials directly through the portal store. Those will be presented in the same way. It will also show you information for extension purchases too. Those will be distinct orders in the portal. So you will also see those separate orders taking place. You can find that information here as well. The other report, though, the enrollment report, there are some changes that are happening on the enrollment report. So again, those that are familiar with our existing portal platform, you will note that there are two distinct reports. You do have our enrollment report, which shows you, current and existing enrollments that are in progress. You can see enrollment data for students, and then there's the completion report, which shows you specifically students that are completed or nearing completion of their course. They're pending. We have actually combined the completion enrollment report into one distinct report, which will now just be called the enrollment report. But you will still be able to do all the same functionality within this report. Specifically, you will have filters to filter by enrollment date. So you can filter by, specific date range. But if you're looking for those students that have completed their courses so that you can gather their information for reporting purposes, the completion date filter here will allow you to filter the report in the same way that you do today. So if you are checking, who's completed within the last few days, you can set a custom range or set it for the last few days. You'll be able to do that option. I'm just going to pull enrollment date here for all time, just to show us the example user we have out here. But you're going to have all the same information. The student's name here can be clicked open to see what courses they have access, what courses are in progress or have been completed. All that information is going to display here as it does in the existing platform. I don't have it set up here right now, but we will also present certificates of completion. So for those in the premium and the elite tier for auto certificates, for those that are that have Dearborn creating your student certificates, those will display here. You'll have a link directly to a student certificate. So if you ever need to pull that information, find a student certificate, you can find that here on the details page. But
Elon asked, this is available at any level, correct?
Yes, the reports are going to be available for all service levels. The certificates. If you
need custom reports, though, like you're like, listen, I want to get this, I need this, here's how my business needs to go, and it takes some work, and that's the elite level. You'll have option to be able to sit down and talk about exactly what you need, and we'll see what we can put together to make sure we can support your business. At the elite level, you do get that option.
Absolutely.
And we've had some questions from people about well, never mind. I think we're good. I think you covered it. Okay, keep rolling.
So the export function within the reports, you will have the export tool, and this is where you'll find your students identifying information. This is where you'll gather the students identifiers, like if your state requires the last 4 digits of a student's social security number in order to report them. This is where you'll find
their license number, right? Their license agent. You're reporting continuing education. You need their license number.
Absolutely. Yep. So you can gather all this information. Again, for those situations, you can run the completion date, set it for like yesterday to pull any completions that happened the previous day. Pull that list here. You'll have all the students' information, when they completed the course, what score they received on like an exam, for example.
You'll get their identifying information too.
Yeah, and then at the end of the report here, this is where you'll find those identifiers that, last 4, or their license number for their specific state, even date of birth, anything that the state requires, we will automatically set up within the course material. So if we don't have a student's license number on file, it's going to be the first thing we ask the student before they can start their course. And that way, once the student does complete their course, you don't have to go tracking down the student for that information. We will already have that stored in our database. So when you pull this report here, you'll have all the information that you need in order to report a student's licensing completion or CE completion to your state.
Got it.
So, and that too is also going to be accessible whether the student has completed the course material or not too. Key change that's happened in the current platform to the new platform is that this information will be available whether the students are in progress in their course material before they have completed their course material. I want to make that, make sure I mention that logic change as well.
Got it. Got it.
So-
So say that again. They can be in progress or they can be completed, and it has both.
And both.
Got
So whether the student's in progress, like for myself, I'm currently in progress with this material. I can find those identifiers even before I've completed the course. Whereas in the existing platform, if they're still in progress, we don't
get that.
these identifiers. It's only until the student does complete and you open up the completion report, for example, do we
Got
just
it.
identifiers.
But now you can put, if you need that identifier for any reason, you just pull this report, download it, and then you can find it for that student.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
But that really covers all of the major changes. It covers really everything about our new portal platform.
Yeah.
A couple things that I wanted to just kind of mention briefly. So as we said at the beginning of the call, many of you may have already had your portal migrated at this point. We do have a number of portals that are going to be migrating here for our next phase, which will be happening December 5th. If you haven't already, we have sent out information regarding upcoming webinar dates for you to attend, where we will cover all this information again. Between myself and my team members, we will be demonstrating the portal platform once more for those that are going to be migrating on December 5th. So if you haven't registered for those webinars, I highly encourage you to attend those for those that are migrating. And then those that haven't already migrated, you will be receiving additional communication as we are preparing and setting up for migration for the next group. So just be on the lookout for those registration links to attend those webinars.
Cool. So I know some of you have even more questions now, and that's great. If you're really interested in like which level is right for me, I'm going to ask Chris Robinson, how do you want people to get a hold of? They want to come through Sales Ops or go to dearborn.com and go to the resource center. What's the best way if somebody has more questions and says, I'm trying to determine which of the two is, where's the best right? Yeah, look at this. So Chris Robinson at dearborn.com is just fine. Anybody take down Chris's. If you know Chris, he will work with you until you're naming your kids and grandkids after him. He's capable. He's kind. He takes care of all of you. And so feel free to reach out to Chris. He'll answer your questions and make sure you're signed up for the right level of service that you need. Some of you may never use administrative ordering. You might not need that elite service. Some of you might be saying, gosh, you know what? I kind of want to advance my business, right? I kind of want to move to the next level, and I want to make sure I have the tools in place. We can talk about that and make sure you're in the right spot to actually advance your business too. And some of you are like, I'm perfectly capable right where I'm at. Like works just for me. And I know exactly what I need and exactly what I want. That's great too. So I just want to say thank you everybody for attending. Cody, thank you for running us through this. And once again, if you have any questions, anybody, please reach out. Chris Robinson gave his personal email address there. Please take that down. He'll answer your questions. And like I said, our goal is that this transition is smooth, that you get the tools you need to be able to accelerate your business, to compete. We are coming into a new marketplace, and you're going to want to be able to compete. We want to be able to support you at the level you need. And so we're super excited about the learning management system changes, the portal changes, and all the new tools that we have available to you. So thank you again, everybody. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.